In this video I'm going to go over a unknown opening. It's not known, and I believe it could be the answer to the Caro Kann. I've been going through a very bad tilt lately. I've dropped from 1800 to 1600 in a matter of days, and part of this is because I've just been playing rubbish. To be fair, I've been trying out new openings and just trying different things, and it's time that I grow up and play chess properly. But anyway, this was my last game of just playing around with the openings, I guess, and I think I've just found the answer to the Caro Kann. And the reason why I think it's the answer is because the average Caro Kann player has no idea what you're doing. It's been played a total of 28 times on the chess.com database. He starts with e4 and c6 and d4, d5, accepting exchange, and then playing c4. Looks a little bit like a Queens Gambit, I guess, but it's not. It looks pretty cool, and I'd like to give you more information. You gotta accept it's pretty hard for me to give you more information. I've scoured YouTube, I've scoured Google. I cannot find any position past here. This is it. It's been played 28 times, and 90% of them don't even get to this position. They just stray away. This is the Gunderham Attack against the Caro Kann, and it's pretty. It's a thorn in Black's side. It really is. Black. This is Black hates this. He wants to get rid of this, and all we're gonna do, our objective, from my understanding of playing the Gunderham Attack, just once, is protect the D and C pawn, and after playing it more, I'm gonna find out if the same applies. I mean, I played an okay game, and Black played an okay game. I come out on top. You got to appreciate, I've been going through a bad tilt. This guy was rated the same as me, roughly, at this game, give or take a few points. So I'm going to give you my idea. This is the game I played. So after knight to c6, knight to f3, just covering this pawn, Black immediately is saying, I'm going to remove these two pawns. And now I play bishop to e3, and I say, no, you're not. You're not removing these pawns. The reason is because what White's saying here is, if I take the knight, you retake, this pawn's undefended, and I've got a tempo on your queen, ha ha ha. This is why I play bishop to e3. Should the white bishop take on f3, removing the knight, the queen could take back, and the d4 pawn's got a babysitter. So he plays e6. I just kick the bishop back to h5. I unpin. And you play. Now you can see this is a little bit of a problem. He's trying to get the bishop out and castle. I just castle, he castles. And this was probably my worst Stockfish calls an inaccuracy, but I'm going to call it a mistake of the game. Because after queen to d3, he just kicks my queen around, and I help him improve his position with tempo. He plays the bishop back to g6, which is now a great defender of the king, I might add. So I come back to d2, again another mistake. Plays knight to e4 with another tempo and the queen. I'm back at the starting square, and all I've done is help Black improve the position. He plays rook to c8, and the only reason why this is a mistake is because if Black finds knight to c5, then he gets to win a pawn. I'll show it really quick. Yeah, Black gets to win a pawn, and he's removed the D and C pawns. So all this could have been avoided if I did not play queen to d3, allowing him to improve his position with tempo. So bear this in mind. Don't play queen to d3 if you try the Gunderham Attack yourself. But fortunately, he doesn't find knight takes on c5, so we can safely say that, you know, we're going to go into a fairly decent position. What you can find if you don't play queen to d3 first. I remove that pesky knight on e4. He retakes with the bishop. I play the knight back to d2. Wanted to remove that bishop. He plays back. You're going to notice that this bishop here is is an absolute beautiful defender of the king. I'm not cracking that king side open unless I start cracking my own open by pushing pawns. So I turn my attention over here. This is an attempt to remove my c5 pawn and start causing some damage to my thorn that I've put in his side. So I play bishop to e5. I don't know why I've highlighted red there, and it is a slight mistake. I should have played bishop to a6, but we get a very similar position anyway. So he takes, I retake, and I've got this defender here on c5. Should he move the knight, I'm going to play b4. He moves the knight, so I play b4. And what I've got here is this bishop is blocking the knight getting to a square that suits him. This is a very good bishop, and this is why I liked bishop to b5 originally. Even though Stockfish didn't like it, we are playing another human. So the knight wants to get here. He wants to come here, and wherever he goes, the bishop's going to take him. So he plays a5, and I play e3. So okay, you remove this. I retake, and you've still got your thorn on c5, and that's exactly what happens. And all I found is that black just tries everything to remove this pawn structure that we have. Okay, he removes the d4 pawn, but we've still got the b pawn now supporting the c5 pawn, and we've got two passed pawns now. So I play rook to c1, he plays knight there, and to c6, and I just take, and he retakes with a rook. And what I noticed here in the game is after black's efforts of trying to remove the c5 pawn, is that after I've defended it properly and protected it and supported it to the best of my ability, I've got two passed pawns. They are very powerful. You'll see how powerful in a moment. I looked over here midstream. I was talking to somebody who watches the stream, and he's a regular. He says, well, he watches, and he believes he's improving, and that's the whole point of the streams and these videos, just to help people improve. But what I was saying to him midstream is, if we look at the king side here, I was talking him through my thought process. How the hell am I getting to that king? Why would I continue to attack this king? Why should I even start, should I say? Why would I start to attack this king? Look at it, it's a fortress. Every piece he's got on the board other than this rook is playing a part in defending this king. It's only this rook who's not partaking in the king's defence. Why start attacking it? Okay. The rook to c1 idea now comes into play. It's moved out of the attack of this dark square bishop, and it's jumped into the defence of this c5 pawn. Again, that has been the element of this Gunderham attack, the c5 pawn, the thorn in black side, and now it's time to turn this thorn into a great advantage. So after black retreats the rook, we now play b6. He plays a rook back to c6, and we play knight to b3. He plays bishop to e7, hitting on this even more, and you'll see why, even though Stockfish says it's an accuracy. I played knight to b3. We've now got three defenders on this so very important c5 pawn. Should he play something like d4, trying to legitimately, to be honest, remove a defender, we've still got two defenders. So that's not an issue for me. We played knight to a5 with a tempo on the rook, so I'm not too worried about this or any way of trying to remove a defender. He's got to react to this rook. Play the rook back again, and I'll play c6, and this knight here now covers the c6 square. he plays the rook to a8, attacking the knight, and I ignore it. We throw an attack back at the queen. He moves the queen out of the attack, and I drop the knight in this wonderful c6 square, supporting the b and c8 file. Sorry, b and d file. And after black tries to stop with bishop to d6, I now play the knight to b7, covering the promotion square. And black takes. He's not having none of it. So I retake the rook on a7, and I've got two passed pawns, one of them of which are defended. Well, sorry, they both are defended. This very important bishop. He blocks the c8 promotion square, and he's got this covered. So all I need to do is solidify these two pawns while I think about what I'm going to do next. He plays bishop to e4. So after playing d4, he's covering this promotion square. I'll block it off. He plays rook to e8, and I'm not too sure why. I really don't. And I believe this was a mistake. Stockfish didn't mind it, but I was like, maybe you should have been playing e5. So I play rook to a1, supporting the push. And now he plays queen to b7. I don't quite understand this. Stockfish didn't mind it. Maybe his idea was, after pushing the e5 pawn, kicking the queen away and pressing d4 himself. He's got 2, 3. Oh, he's got the rook taken on a8 instead of the queen first. And he's also got a double whammy on my g2 pawn, trying for some counterplay. So I play rook to c1, just covering the promotion again. And now he plays what I thought he was going to play, e5, kicking the queen away. But I just promote. And what does black do? What does black do here? He can take, and I just win the queen. What could he do? He was getting in time trouble here. In fact, it's the only thing he could do. Stockfish didn't mind what he did. I just retook the check. The queen takes, promoted again. And after he takes the queen, I took his queen with check. He blocks with the bishop. I come prepare mate with bishop to c5. Still letting him, if he wants, take the queen. He gets a breathing square for the king. I take the bishop with check. He plays king to g7, only move. Now I take on e5 with the queen check. He king to h6, again the only move. And I play bishop to e3. And the only move, if he didn't time out of check, was g5, and this would have been mate. So this is the Gunderham Attack that I have accidentally stumbled upon. I thought it was being clever, finding new tricks against the Caro Kann myself, but I tried the d4 move first, and the opening said I played the Gunderham Attack, and I cannot find any information on it. It's awesome. It looks awesome, sorry, should I say. I think the best thing about it is the fact that the average Caro Kann player is in unknown territory. So you play this a few times against the Caro Kann. You go to your league match or your tournament. You play. You're playing as white. Your opponent plays the Caro Kann. You go for the Gunderham Attack. You're in known territory. You know, you've got a good idea what you're going to be playing, what black's probably going to play, and you've got a good response. That's the idea of. I think that's where the white's main advantage comes from. Just the fact that black's no idea what he's doing. To be honest, I didn't have much of a clue, and I managed to win during a bad tilt. And also, it seems pretty easy to play as white. I mean, my only mistake really early on was let's just go over it really quick. was the queen to d3. This was just unnecessary. I didn't have to play queen to d3. It was just one of them moments. I have no idea what to do in this new opening line I'm playing. I played queen to d3 and in a rapid, and I thought, oh, I should never have played that. So now I've played one game with the Gunderham Attack, and now I'm not going to play queen to d3. So let's not play. Sorry, let's not play queen to d3. What the hell does Black do? What does Black do in this position? Seriously, what's he gonna do? He's not got any targets. He's got nothing really. He can maybe play 3-5. He can just take it with unpinned. Okay, it removes the protector, but he's got to cover this bishop. So you know, let's just play it out. He goes 3-5 after we make a move. Let's say knight to c3. That's probably what I'm going to try in the future. e5. Okay, knight takes. Probably best is bishop takes after retaking, knight takes, and there you go. Okay, we've lost the d4 pawn. He's now on e5, attacking this knight. Where's this knight going? Back here. He can't come here. He's under attack. If he comes here, we'll just take, and he's lost his potential d4 push. Where's the knight going? Where? What does Stockfish say the best move is? And as we can see, we're at a great advantage. That's the best move. Let's just take it. And now we play b4, solidifying this c5 pawn still. Yet again, that's the idea. And we've got a +2 advantage. So it's not easy for Black to play. Not easy at all. I believe that the Gunderham Attack is one worth playing as White against the Caro Kann. I believe it's definitely worth looking into. And like I said, I've scoured YouTube, I've scoured Google. I cannot find anything past like move 5. That's it. So hopefully you'll play it. You've learnt from my queen to d3 mistake. You've seen something better yourself. Hopefully you'll play it yourself and have some fun with it. And have a good answer to the Caro Kann. Really, it's people who play the Caro Kann. They play it constantly. They know every line, but they don't know this Gunderham Attack line. Trust me. You take your Caro Kann opponent to a completely new level of what the hell do I do now? I thought I knew the Caro Kann, but obviously I don't. So yeah. Sorry if I've babbled on a little bit too much. Still early on. I'm trying here. I'm trying to be good, be good content uploader. Trying to be educational, instructive. Blah blah blah. Give me some feedback, good or bad. Give me a like. Give me a sub. Really appreciated. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video hopefully.